Hi everybody, welcome to Mirror World News. My name is Adam and I have a question for you. Do you have a book ready to be submitted to a publisher? Well, stop. Don't submit it yet until you watch the rest of this video, because we're going to talk about the importance of having a beta reader. Hi there everybody, welcome back. As I said, today we are going to be talking about beta readers, and today I have with me in the studio Justine Alley Dowsett, the publisher for Mirror World Publishing, and she's going to be helping us with beta readers. But first of all, I think everyone's going to be asking you, what is a beta reader?
Beta reader is someone that you get to read your manuscript who is like a test reader, so they can let you know if you're on the right track, or if your story works, or your genre is interesting, that sort of thing.
And why is that important to have one, though? I mean, yeah, they can read it for you, but why is that important to someone sending in to a publishing house?
Yeah, because you don't have an outsider's perspective on that book, and the people who are going to make or break your book are your readers, your audience. So it's a way for you to get some feedback early on to see if you're on the right track towards getting that audience, or maybe if you need to go in a different direction.
Okay, so there's someone who gives you feedback on the book that you have, because you only ever have your own eyes looking on it.
Right.
Oh, okay. So who makes a good beta reader?
Really, anyone can be a beta reader, but to be a good beta reader, someone who gives feedback. So positive feedback is always great, but if you just say, oh, I liked it, it's not really going to give you what you need. So someone who's willing to look at both the positive and the negative aspects of your manuscript and actually give you some pointers of where they think it should be improved.
Okay, so technically you don't need like a degree or anything to be a beta reader?
No, because your audience is just the people who want to read that type of book, so that's really what you're looking for.
Okay, so on the reverse, a bad beta reader, or someone that would not be a very good choice for a beta reader, would be someone that you said just gives like a one-word answer?
Yeah, anything that's a one-word answer, either I liked it, I didn't like it, I don't like this character. That's not really telling you why they don't like that character or what you could improve upon. So someone who's willing to do the work and actually get back to you with some real criticism or constructive criticism.
Okay, yeah, and like anything, anyone who's in any arts, whether it be music, visual arts, whether it's in writing, any of them, you're going to have to learn to take criticism and grow from it, right?
Right. It's very important to have a tough skin or a thick skin, and if you don't, maybe start out with some beta readers you know are going to be a little more gentle about it.
Like parents.
Yeah. No, not always.
Not always.
Friends.
Some parents are brutally honest.
Yeah.
So, all right on. Now, how many beta readers should you have? Now, we keep saying readers.
Right.
Should you have two, more than one?
Definitely have more than one. One reader is going to give you one perspective, but with a second reader, you've already doubled the amount of perspective you have. Typically, I recommend 3 to 5. That's what we do. So when a manuscript is just about to go to publication, before it goes to print, we send it out to a team of 3 to 5 people to look over it, give us the last minute feedback to see if anything needs changing.
Okay, so I know some people out there would say, well, if the publishing company is going to send it to beta readers, why do I have to have beta readers?
Right, and you don't have to have beta readers, but if you do, those beta readers are going to help you get the book ready to even send to an editor or an agent, so to make it the best it can be before it gets that far is more likely they are to pick it up.
Okay, awesome. Now, what should a person look for in a beta reader? So if they have like 5 or 6 friends that they think would like to read their book, and people have said, yeah, sure, I'll read your book, hand it to me. What should they be looking for? What kind of traits should they be looking for in these people?
Yeah, you want to pick up a variety of people. So within your 3 to 5 people, I would get someone who's interested in that genre, someone who's maybe a fan already of this kind of books that you write. I would get someone who's never heard of it or is not interested in that genre. So you can see how both types of readers respond. And then I would also look for a mix of experience. So people who have read, who maybe have edited before, who have read a lot of books, and then people who aren't big readers. So you have like a mixture of what kind of feedback you get.
Right on. And that's when like a writer's group can come in extremely handy.
Right.
Because you can get other writers in your area to look it over for you. In return, you can look over theirs as well. And
But writers aren't always readers too, so again, you want to mix. You want some people who are just pure audience.
Right on, awesome. And then what do you do with the feedback? Because I know you can get a whole plethora of feedback from these beta readers, and you can't really do everything they suggest, but
You don't want to do everything that they suggest. You want to take everything with a grain of salt. Just go through it to kind of get a feel for what your readers might think or what you might later see in reviews once your book does come out, because that kind of prepares you a little bit there. But you don't want to just take their criticisms or take their suggestions verbatim. You want to go through them and kind of see where each of the beta readers intersect. So whatever opinions that they share universally amongst them, those are probably the points where you maybe need to look at a little closer to see what kind of work needs to be done to change your manuscript or maybe make some tweaks.
Okay.
Ultimately, though, make sure that you agree with what changes need to be made. You don't want to change your original intention just because the character they didn't like that character, or they decided they didn't like that villain. Well, it's your villain, so it has to be something you like.
Right. Yeah. Don't compromise your art for something that they will like. Don't pander to the audiences, as they call it, but definitely take their opinion in mind. So, for example, let's just say you had 5 beta readers read it. 2 people don't like the villain, 1 person doesn't like the hero, but all 5 don't like the way you described the tavern that they're all in.
Right.
No one can picture it properly.
So the tavern, or the lack of description, is maybe the problem.
Right, so that's something you could look into. It's not changing your story, it's just making it easier for your readers to understand.
Yeah, and looking for those weaknesses, because you're not going to catch everything when you're going through, 100,000 words or whatever. So that's a way to have other people point out what you might have missed.
Okay. Now, I know there is another question as well. Some people will ask why can't I be my own beta reader? I can pull myself out of my story. I can read it from a different perspective. I can be my own beta reader. Do you think that's more a beta reader or more of an editor?
Both. You can be your own beta reader and your own editor to a point. You're going to obviously rewrite that story numbers of times, but in the end, you're not the person you're selling that book to. If you are, then you're the only person who's going to read it, and you're not really going to do very well or get out there. So you need to get the feedback and opinions of others, as I said, for just knowing what's going to show up in the reviews, who to target to your audience, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. And as a side note as well, anytime you have a beta reader, always ask them what you did like, what you didn't like, and what can be improved on.
Right.
Because you can always use the what you did like as like taglines for marketing later.
That's very, very true. Yeah.
Because then you don't have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a little bit about beta readers and their importance. I suggest everybody out there to get at least 3.
Yeah.
At least 3. Try 5.
If you can't get 3, at least 2, but 1's not enough.
1's not enough because you instantly double the amount of information you get from 2 good ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit about beta readers. Thank you very much for coming and listening to this. We just want to be able to provide you guys with the best advice we can about reading and, more about writing and getting published. And we want you guys to have these as being helpful. So if you have any questions at all that you want to ask to myself or to the publishing company, Mirror World Publishing, definitely make sure to email us. It'll be in the description down below. And you can also check out Mirror World Publishing. And you have a blog too, right?
We do, mirrorworldpublishing.wordpress.com.
Okay, so they have a blog as well. So definitely check that out if you have any questions. They may have already answered it. So definitely make sure to check in there as well. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button as well. And we'll keep giving you guys these awesome contents. So thank you very much from myself, Adam.
Justine.
And have yourself a wonderful day.